Let me help you find winning dropshipping products so you can scale to 10, 20, 30, $100,000 a month doing dropshipping. What's going on, guys? My name is Alex. This brand right here is one of the latest brands I've been able to scale using a very specific product research method that I'm going to share with you today. I'll hit the refresh button for you here. So in the last like 16 days, we've done $71,000 in sales, including today. We're already at 3.5K and it's not even lunchtime yet. Obviously, the question always is, Alex, what percentage of that is profit? So I'll bring you over to this dashboard here, hit the refresh. You can see here we've spent so far before lunch right under $1,000 on ads. We're up to $1,500 in net profit on 42% profit margins, averaging about a 3x return on ad spend. So I have a pretty consistent and reliable product research strategy that I want to share with you guys today. But my goal in this video is to do more than that. I'm going to do something that nobody else does on YouTube, which is just give you winning products. So you're going to see me in real time scroll through and find about 3 to 5 products that I believe could be great winners doing the exact same strategy that I used to find all my winning products. I don't want to waste any time, so let's get straight into it. And the link in this description of this video, you'll find this sheet that you'll have access to. Just literally click there and you'll be able to follow along. If you guys like and subscribe, my goal is to do this training once a week, maybe even twice a week. So you guys can get literally a working sheet of just winning products that you can test. And I'm literally going to ask for nothing in return. Literally just like and subscribe if you haven't already. All right. So before we get into that, on the right-hand side, you'll see a couple resources here. The biggest one is going to be this winning product checklist. If you click the link there, this brings you to the criteria I like to use to find winning products. Everyone has a different strategy. Everyone has a different method. This is what I've been able to do consistently to pretty much test. If I were to test 3 products, 1 out of every 3 tests, I'll be able to scale that to 6 figures a month. So that's a pretty good percentage there. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to quickly go over the checklist, and then I'm just going to start diving in and finding some products. Feel free at any point when you see me break down one of the products I believe to be a winner, just go ahead and test it right away. All right, so this is an alternative way to find winning products with potential of making you, a ton of money, right? And hopefully be a little less risky from, doing Calidata rips and TikTok ripping. The goal here is to take an already winning brand with a ton of winning ads, scaling only with video ads. And then what we'll do is find that winning brand, and then we create native image ads. Now, my exact ad strategy that will not be broken down in today's video. You can see another video on that, but we're just going to be talking about how to find winning products. So this is kind of my checklist and criteria. And obviously, if you do not follow every single one of these checklist notes to the T, that's fine. This is just trying to point you in the right direction. So let's say we're playing hide and go seek, blindfolded, and you're the seeker and I'm hiding. I basically, with this checklist, what I'm trying to do is you're looking around with your eyes closed and I'm just snapping my fingers in the air, trying to point you in the right direction. You still have to find me, but at least you know that if I'm snapping here and you're hanging in your left ear, that's the direction you should walk to, not the right hand side. You still got to put in the work, you still got to test, but this is the guide of this is to help you narrow down on some really, really good products. So this is the things I like to look for. Advertiser has a minimum of 30 active ads, between 30 to right around 30 to like 150. The reason for this is because we want to see that the advertiser has winning ads, right? The normal good sign of a winning ad or winning advertiser is that they have multiple ads running. But we also don't want to work with brands or try to replicate brands that have like 500 active ads. Why? Because they're getting all the market share on Facebook. It's going to be really impossible, no matter what ad that I launch, to compete with them. They have so much market share. They're probably spending $10,000 plus a day on ads. It's okay if the advertiser has ads turned off, but I prefer to not see too many ads turned off. You'll see that in just a moment what I'm talking about. But if they have 72 ads active in their ad library, in most cases, I'd like to see none of them turned off. But it's okay if maybe if they have 72 total ads, only 50 of them are active. That's okay. That's a decent ratio, right around like 70%. The reason why is because we want to find products that are easy to scale and we already can get a good grasp of the winning angle. If someone has 400 total ads, only 100 of those ads are active, we don't necessarily know what angle is winning for them right now. Maybe those other angles were winning at one point, but new angles now are what's winning. We don't really know. Plus, they had to put in a ton of work and rep to find and get that product off the ground. We're trying to find products that are easy winners that can easily be taken off the ground. And normally a good sign of that is when someone launches ads and they're not turning a ton of them off because they're just adding new ones because they're all working really well. Advertisers still selling a problem solving product. Advertisers using their own creatives. I prefer people that are creating video ads, whether they're using their own video, their own AI video ads, whether they're piecing together B-roll of different UGC creators. But I prefer to see people scaling with their own video ads that they create themselves versus people that are just ripping from TikTok, because we know that that's short term. We don't necessarily know if that brand will be able to last with that marketing angle. Advertiser is, and now this is what I prefer, but again, like I mentioned, it's okay if there's a few of these things that aren't perfect when you find your competitors. Advertisers adding new ads every few days. So a really good sign of someone scaling is that once every couple of days they're adding new ads in the ad library. That means that no matter what they do, their ROAS is staying high and they're not having too much issues trying to scale that. Make sure the competitor is obviously using Shopify. I'm going to show you how I can do that with TrendTrack, and advertisers scaling with a one product store. It's okay if they have upsells, downsells, but all their ads are geared towards one product. And then when you land on their product page, it's okay if they have other like additional like upsells, downsells. That's fine. But the main product should be the one that's being advertised. Very important. And then we're going to jump straight into product research. Avoid the pet niche, avoid skincare, avoid cosmetics, makeup, beauty, lips, and eyebrows, avoid typical health supplements, avoid hair loss, hair growth, anti-aging, avoid devices for pain aid like neck massages, knee massages, foot massages, back massages. This also includes heated devices as well, like heated back massages or EMS devices, like the foot EMS mats that you put down to help with your alleviate foot pain. Red light devices, red light for your face, for your skin, for your back, for your knee, for your eyes. Any sleeping aids. This includes sleep devices, weighted blankets, anti-snore devices. Elderly clothing aid like foot soles, shoes, seat cushions, neck braces. Physical pain solutions like sciatica, stretch marks, postpartum, right? Joint pain, knee pain, right? Like the what do you call those? The skin, where the skin kind of stretches on women. I forgot what it's called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like those creams and stuff like that helps with stretch marks. That help with stretch marks. Avoid clothing, like typical clothing. Avoid like big blankets and stuff like that. I know they're seasonal and can do well, but try to avoid those. Toys, basic home decor that doesn't solve a problem, like red lights or LED lights rather. Now, you might be saying, Alex, why should I avoid all these things? I see people scale these things all the time. Yeah, you're right. People scale these things all the time, but that's the problem. And that's why you're facing such high CPMs, because 99% of dropshippers go after these exact same products in these same niches. Yes, they are great products. Yes, they make people a ton of money. Yes, there's a lot of volume in them. But I'm assuming you clicked on this video because you've been trying to find products and scale, but you keep running into the same problem. You find a product, you try to launch ads in the first few days, you get no sales, or your CPMs are just through the roof. Or for some of you, you might be able to get a product off the ground, but it won't be too much longer before that same product that was doing solid plummets off a cliff out of nowhere and you can't get it back up. Why is that happening? It's not because you're not good at finding good products. It's not because you don't know how to build a website. It's not because you don't know how to run ads. It's because you're just fighting and competing with some of the biggest e-commerce brands in the space. So that at the end of the day, they're just going to eventually push you out the market as you look to spend more money, because they're also spending 5, 10, 20 times more than you. So what I'm trying to do and who I'm speaking to are for those of you out there that have a limited budget. I'm assuming you probably can only comfortably spend about $50 to $100 a day consistently without seeing money come back right away. Anything more than that, you're losing more money than that, then you probably can't be a successful dropshipper, correct? So because I know that, and because I was literally in your shoes 10 months ago, this is what I did to get out of that really competitive market and find these unique niches. I promise you, there are more problems in the world that people are willing to pay money for than these niches here. I promise you. I'm going to show you an example of one in a moment, and then I'm going to go find some fresh ones for you guys, so you can literally just go and copy these. But just please hear me when I'm saying this. Yes, you can make money in these niches. Yes, you probably know somebody that's made money in these niches. It's not that you cannot. It's just that this is way more difficult, requires way more inputs, and probably way more money than if you find a niche that is way less competitive. And I promise you, and it's unfortunate because I can't reveal all my brands that I've been able to test and scale, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what can make money. Like things like, I'm just gonna use this as an example, but like AirPod cleaners. This is a really loose example. I didn't actually scale this, but let's say there's a device or some type of thing that cleans AirPods. Stuff like that can make you your first 1K a day. You make $200-$300 a day in pure profit every single day doing that. And then from there, once you have enough capital and experience, of course you can recircle back into these niches. These niches are great. They're just too good. Too many people fight in these niches. And then one other thing before we get into it, competitor adjacent products. Okay. Adjacent products. You need to worry about, that's probably not spelled correctly, but you need to worry about this as well. So you might say, Alex, I found unique products that no one else has started dropshipping yet. Why am I still not able to get the product off the ground? Because you found a product that no one else has been dropshipping yet, but you found it in a competitive niche. So yes, you have this new anti-aging skincare that device that no one has ever seen before. But the anti-aging skincare niche, it has thousands of other products that people are selling to. So yes, your product is new, but the industry and the people you're going after, they're already being inundated with so many other different devices. That's another reason why you're still struggling, even though you find these new products that no one has ever seen before. So just a piece of advice. All right, let's get into it. My goal here is to find about 3 to 5 products. I'm going to give you the competitors' page, so you can just copy their page. Their ad library, we're not going to copy their ads. We're going to create native image ads. And then I'm also going to find the sourcing for you as well, so you can easily get a quote from whoever your supplier is. The way I'm going to do this to make this really easy is use this tool here, Trend Track. Yes, it's a tool that I use. I love this tool. I genuinely do. You can save 20% off. Link in the description. If you don't want to use this tool, that's fine. But I highly recommend. I'm going to show you why in just a moment. There's so many great features with it. And I'm literally going to log in here, show you all my product research tips and tricks so you can quite literally replicate it. All right, so what I'll do here, first thing I'll do is go to trending ads. Go here, log into Trend Track, sign up. And I promise you, there's a specific feature I'm going to show you that is going to make this so much easier for you. So the ad filters I like to do is I like to optimize for videos. This other stuff, I'll play around with it, but I'm not going to mess around with it right now. Days running, I want to see an ad that's been running between 10 to 60 days. The status, active, obviously I want to see active ads. Language, for me, I'm going to be optimizing for English because that's the language I speak. Call to action, we're going to do shop now. We're going to do order now. And we're going to do buy now. Technology, I'm going to look for people that have Shopify brands, partners, that doesn't really matter. Traffic, I know a lot of people like to say, all right, well, if a brand has a certain amount of traffic and visitors, that's also a good indication. Yes, we're going to actually find that in a moment, but for now, we don't need to put that. How many live ads? 30 to 150. Actually, I'll even do 200 ads is not bad. Pixels, I want to make sure they have a Facebook ad pixel on their platform. That means they're optimizing for Facebook sales. Now, keep in mind, there are e-commerce brands that primarily run ads on Google, TikTok, Snapchat, and maybe they'll run a few ads on Facebook, especially seasonal times of the year. So they're not really making most of their money on Facebook. They just run the ads there when it comes to certain times of the year. We want to find people that are really optimizing for Facebook, though. And the way to do that is making sure they have a Facebook pixel turned on. Language on the actual store itself is in English. Main visitor country, this is where most of the traffic is coming to on your website. So I like, in most cases, for the United States, because that means if there's a lot of people coming to the United States on this store, that means I can come in and do the same thing. I like to scale all my stores in the US. Once I have proof of concept, I'm doing about 5K a day. Then I'll start to expand in the UK, Canada, Australia. So I like to start off with here. Let me show you one of the biggest reasons why I like Trend Track. I don't know if any other product research tools allow you to do this, but we can optimize for the Shopify theme. So what do we know about dropshippers? 99% of dropshippers use Shrine Pro, right? So guess what? Not everybody that runs Facebook ads in e-commerce is a dropshipper. We want to find dropshippers though. Why? Because they're finding white labeled products that are easily findable on Aliexpress, Alibaba, that they don't really own. They're just taking it and selling it and scaling it. So the easiest way to find more of those people is by searching by themes. Now, Shrine is going to be one of the most popular ones. Dawn has the most theme usage, but not everybody that's a dropshipper uses Dawn. Most people that use Shrine Pro will be a dropshipper. That is just, and it's mind blowing. And we haven't even gotten to the full elements of what Trend Track can do. So now what I'm going to do, once this loads, because it has to load all the data from the Facebook ad library, I'm going to start scrolling through, and I'm going to kind of go through, and we're going to look at the ad library. We're also going to look at their data on their store, see how much traffic they're getting, and then we're going to be able to hunt and find. Oh, one last thing. I almost forgot. The categories as well. So the niches. I just gave you a bunch of list of niches to avoid. The cool thing that we can do as well is that we can also select everything and then uncheck the niches we don't want. So virtual products, I'm not doing that. Health, we can spend a little time looking at the health niche, but that tends to have a lot of the products we don't want to drop ship. But I might circle back. We'll see how long this takes. I have no idea how long this could take. It's take about an hour. It could take about 30 minutes. We'll see. My goal is to shoot for about 3 to 5 products. We'll see how easy this is. Health. I'm gonna uncheck pets and supplies. I don't want to do any pet niches. That's one of the most competitive niches, especially with the ad strategy that I run, which is native image ad. Beauty and personal care. Staying away from that for now. Shoes, kids fashion, any underwear, women's underwear, stay away from that. Luggage, we can keep that, but when it comes to furniture, I don't want to do furniture either because it tends to be high ticket items that are hard to drop ship. Toys and hobbies, I don't even really want to do, but we'll leave that too because there are some problem solving products in the toys and hobby space, so we still want to do problem solving. And now that we have everything loaded up, all we got to do is start clicking and seeing if we can find a product. So you see here, keep ignoring your side sleeping posture. The first thing that most people think is, oh, because I already know this brand already. So I already know this is not going to be a product we can drop ship. But we can drop ship it, but it's not going to make sense to because this brand is super competitive, right? So if we go here, they have 210 active ads. How many of them are total? They have 3,000 total. And I'm blocking everything so you can't see it. But they have 3,400 ads total. And they have, of those 3,000, 210 active. That is too much. That is too much of a discrepancy. They have more than half their ads, 70% of ads are turned off. Why? Because they've been running for way longer than 60 days. And they've been scaling for so long. Yes, there are videos. So this would be good. Had this brand launched 60 days ago, I would have jumped on it. But the niche itself, sciatica, that's a competitive niche, super competitive. You got people running video ads, picture ads, advertorials, landing pages, listicles. It's super competitive. You may not know that as a beginner, but I do. So that's why I'm trying to help you guys save the time. Another thing too on this list, by the way, avoid jewelry. That's another thing to avoid. All right. Anyway, we got work to do here. So let's start going through. Magnetic book bag. So what I like to do is just open it up and go through. Let me turn my fan on. It's gonna get hot with all these lights on here. So I have 180 active ads out of 180. So they have no ads turned off. When did they launch? Did they launch within, relatively recently in the last 60 days? Let's see. September, July. Okay. Ooh, March, February, September. Okay. They've been active for some time. Let's take a look at some other additional metrics though to see if it makes sense. If they're not a one product store, which they may not be, I might not take them up on their offer. So okay, so it just literally is a magnetic bag that clips to your golf caddy. Another thing too is that because I run native image ads, I try to stick to products that resonate with people 35 and older. It could be men or women, but just an older demographic. Honestly though, guys, looking at this product, this seems like a solid product. It just clips to your golf caddy. So this is a nice to have, not a need to have product. Meaning like at the end of the day, I can still golf and do what I need to do without this bag clipping directly to, I can just get a bag. I don't need it to clip to the golf cart. So this is a good product, not a great one. For those of you that at any point, if you see a product and you're like, I think I can scale that, feel free, go ahead. I mean, that's the whole point of being fully transparent with you guys. But I personally wouldn't take the risk on this, especially since they've been running ads for so long. It's a solid product, all right? And again, the product might be cool, but does it have strong emotional buy-in? To me, no, that does not have strong emotional buy-in. Okay, I try to stay away from shit like this technology that has a million competitors. Let's see, we're just gonna have to keep clicking and going through, guys. Like this is what product research is. I normally just put some music on. I'm trying to talk through everything though, so you can understand what I'm going through. Okay, let's see. Bible study guides. I've seen this brand a couple different times. I will be transparent. I do have a couple students actively trying to scale this product right now. I think this is a good product though, and the problem though is that I think it's starting to get a little bit competitive. but they have 120 out of 120 ads. They are, it's a devotional book, which is a problem solving, to people in a strong faith. They launched more than 60 days ago, but it's not too, it wasn't too long ago. They're adding new ads in regularly. So I can see that, if I scroll back down here, September 2nd, September 8th, September 22nd, September 21st, September 2nd, September 5th, October 5th, 13th, 29th, November 5th, November 6th, November 5th, November 15th, November 18th. So they're adding ads regularly. 29th. So this is a good product. This is a good product. December 1st. The only problem is that they're ripping videos from TikTok. So why is that a problem? Well, they're using UGC creators to create these ads, right? They're ripping ads from UGC creators. And there's some products that only can really sell based off a UGC testimonial. And it's also a book. So I've had my fair share experience in the book niches, different books and stuff like that. So they can be a little bit challenging, especially since like the AOV bundling, right? So if we go to their store now, it's not that you can't get away with this, is that it's really challenging to, because it's like $34 for a book, $70 to buy 3, I guess. Not bad, but they fit the criteria. So they, at the end of the day, they fit the criteria. They're making, seem like they're doing really good. So we're gonna throw it on there. We're gonna throw it on there. This fits the criteria. Boom. We will throw this on there. This is the first of the winning criteria list. They fit the criteria actually really well. The product itself, though, is one of those products where it's like you got to know what you're doing to get it off the ground. But I honestly think this fits the criteria. It's not about what I think; it's about what's happening. So what we'll do is we'll grab the competitor's page. We'll go into, what is this? What am I going into? I just grabbed their page. So we're going to go here. This is going to be the website. I'm going to link this here. Boom. We're going to go to ad library. I'll link their ad library. Boom. So you have pretty much all the resources you need to replicate this brand. Let me just click on these links to make sure I paste the right thing. So yes, that brings you to there, and that brings you there. And then I'm just going to quickly find the sourcing for you guys as well. Okay, so to find sourcing, all you got to do is just take a screenshot of the product from the competitor's website, go to Alibaba, and now here you go. You got some sourcing here. So I'll paste this on the sheet as well. And there you guys go. So that's, oops, did not mean to do that. So there you go. There's one product there, fits the criteria. You guys will have access to this. You can have it down there. What we'll call this is Bible study. Boom. There we go. All right, cool. Let's keep it rolling. That was easy. So we'll do this, and let's keep the ball rolling. Nice, cool, man. I like it. There's some days where finding products are super easy. There's other days where it's really hard, even for me. I've been doing this for some time now, and it still can be challenging. All right, let's keep the ball rolling. What we got here? We got knitting. That's a good niche. Let's see what we got going on here. So what is the store itself? Ooh. Healing weave punch stitching kit. This looks cool. Again, product looks cool, but what does the data say? I don't care what product could look cool or not look cool. I don't care. I've sold boring, stupid looking products all the time. So they have 150 total ads. Let's remove the filter, and now we can see they have 340 total. Okay, not horrible. About half their ads are turned off, but let's see when they launched. So if they launched a long time ago with that many ads turned off, then that's a problem. Okay. So it seems like they have a decent amount of ads turned off. They launched back in the summer. They're creating their own ads though, so that's good. They're launching a ton of video ads. Boom, boom. So another thing we got to consider though is sourcing, right? So let's see. Let me screenshot this. Is this something that's easily sourceable? I don't think so. Let's see real quick. I don't think this is easily sourceable. Let me see. We won't know until we look. I don't know, man. I'm gonna pass. If something is hard to source, then I'm not gonna even waste my time. Maybe if I look a little harder. We can also go on Aliexpress as well. All right, on Aliexpress, it seems like it actually is a little easier. Okay, yeah. All right, so this is easier to source on Aliexpress. Okay, cool. Now I want to pause real quick and remind you that this sheet here, these criteria here, is an outline and a guide to point you in the right direction. Not everything has to be to a T. So again, this is what I like to look for, and I've said what I like to look for, but it's okay if things fall a little bit out of that. That is okay. So back to the ad library here. One of those things that may fall out of line is the time of which they launched. I will say I'm going to pass on this though. I don't like their ad library. I don't think it's the strongest ad library. They've been launching ads more recently, so they could be scaling now. But we're actually, so this is what I'm talking about. It's already December 8th and they haven't launched a new ad yet. Not my favorite thing. So, and this doesn't really solve the biggest problem. It's a nice to have, not a need to have. So we're gonna actually pass on this. I personally think it isn't the strongest. I've seen stronger ad libraries that are like unequivocally, yes, this product we can scale with this. All right, so let's keep it rolling here. And what I'll do, sometimes I'll play with the filters and whatnot, but for now, we seem to be getting good stuff. Okay, let's keep going. I'm just gonna keep scrolling through here. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of the same brands. What's Mellow? I think I remember this brand. Is it the pillows? Oh, it's the really expensive hair clips. Yeah, now we're just gonna pass on that. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Let's see, Toolkit. That brand is starting to become super popular too. Let's see, Floor Genie. A mop, dude. Like, come on. Someone very well could be making a ton of money with that, but I feel like it's not worth wasting our time looking at that. Okay. So we're gonna keep scrolling here. I'm just gonna try to keep as much things in the video as possible, so you guys can just see my train of thought here. What we got here? Lashes. These magnetic lashes. Okay, so like I mentioned on the list, I like to stay away from cosmetics, but there's some things that are so undeniable. So let's see their ad library. If they have a really strong ad library, then we can consider it. But let's see their ad library. Okay, so they have no active ads. By the way, trend track isn't always going to be spot on with every filter we put in. So like we said, no inactive ads and we got some inactives. That can happen. That's totally fine. No. By the way, I almost forgot to mention, we go back here to the sheet, the Bible study. One of the things I forgot to mention to you guys, a really cool thing we can do. Let's see, what was the brand's name for the sheet? The brand's name is Alzma. Okay. One of the things, let's go back to that real quick. One other additional metric that's really cool to check, and I normally wait until the end to do this, but I can just do it per product, is, let me just scroll back real quick and see. Here it is. What we can do is we can, in Trend Track, we can actually just go follow in Brand Tracker. And what this will do is pull up even more data about the brand itself. So we can see here, historically, their live ads have gone down historically over time, which is something to be mindful of. Videos, images. So if we scroll here, we can also optimize and see where the longest running ads are. So they've been running ads for 122 days. That's interesting. So their ads have gone down. I do believe though is because they're running on different pages. So what we can do is we can go back real quick and let's just type in their name, their website name into ad library. And let's see if they pop up under different pages. Let's see. No, okay. So it just pops up under that. Okay, and that's totally fine. Cool. So normally I would like to see for my brand tracker, I like to see this historic ads being launched going up. But you see they went up and then they're back down. They might be back down though because of this seasonal holiday. We'll see. But I think it should be good though because they're still launching new ads. I guess they found what works and they're not launching as much. But we can go in here and we can get all their creatives, their ad copies, their headlines, their landing pages to see if they're testing on different landing pages. So something else too really cool to be mindful of as well. Anyway, back to the search. We'll scroll down a little bit. We're getting a lot of the same brands here. Let's scroll down and see if we can get some new brands. Okay, cool. So we're now down a little bit further. We got a couple brands here I'm not familiar with. So we got this Driveplex Pro. I'm gonna pass on this because I just know the product isn't the best to drop ship. We got the same thing here. Gonna pass on that. Boom, boom, boom. Babies, jewelry. So yeah, we're getting a lot of the same things. Okay, that happens, and it normally happens because of filters. So what I'll do is if I keep seeing the same brands that I keep scrolling, I keep seeing the same brands. What I'll do is I'll tweak the filter a little bit, but for now we are seeing some new ones here. So let's see. What is this? Okay, so just a bag. Not the biggest problem solving product, so I'm not gonna really care too much about that. Let's scroll a little bit more. Ah, yes. Okay. Magic Nook Kit. Cool. So here we go. This is not a problem solving product. It's a puzzle, and I'm not a big fan of non-problem solving products, but every now and again, when they're really, really polarizing products that have a really strong ad library, it can be worth it. So this is 58 total ads out of 58. So no ads turned off. They launched, I think, relatively recently. Yes, so they launched relatively recently. They're scaling with a ton of video ads, and I know we can easily quote this and get a quote for this. So one of the reasons why I think this could be good out of all the other ones, all the toys that I've seen and stuff like that, if we go to the page here, it is for Harry Potter lovers. So there are some products out there that are niche specific that don't necessarily solve a problem, but it aligns with a really strong core audience of people. There's things like Christianity and religion. There's things like anime. There's things like Harry Potter. So there's these small nuances. Now, if this was just a regular toy, I would not. But because it is a polarizing product in a strong niche, there's a lot of Harry Potter lovers. There's conventions, people that go to bookstores. This will be considered a product I would test. And again, my marketing is normally geared towards an older demographic. Older people that are like grandmas, grandparents that have younger children or even younger adult children that love Harry Potter, they would get this for them. So this would fit the criteria. What we'll do real quick though is go to follow and brand tracker. And let's see if there's any other strong, compelling data to help us. Yeah, that is good too. That's their daily, but look at their monthly. This is what we like to see. They're scaling ads. Boom. Now let's just quickly get a quote. I know we can easily find this. I've already seen this product already, so I already know it. I'll just save this. Boom, 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 boom. I think we can just easily find this on Aliexpress, but it might also be on Alibaba. So yes, here it is. Yeah. So there we go. We got another one here. So what we'll do is, I should click here, and then we'll do click here. What are we at? 30 minutes? Okay, cool. So we're looking good. We should be able to get another product here. What are we calling this? Harry Potter Nook Kit. It's a Nook Kit. All right. So again, I know it can be confusing. Like, yo, Alex, you just said not to, not to find products like this, but or not to dropship products like this. But there are certain nuances, right? There will always be nuances. There will always be exceptions. This is why it's important to have experience, right? Experience is ultimately the best teacher. My goal is to teach you guys my line of thinking, and then from there you can do with the value and information as you see such. All right. So anyway, let me link all this stuff and try to find like maybe one or two more products, and then we'll call it an episode. All right. Add library. Owl's Nook. And I like it too because they just launched recently. So they launched, they haven't had any ads turned off. Think about that, right? Like they're just launching new ads and they don't seem to be struggling. So that is a good sign. Boom. All right. And the brand track data looks amazing. You can quickly see what works. But again, we'd be running native image ads anyway. We didn't even replicate their ads one to one because we don't want to compete directly with them. All right, anyway, let's keep the ball rolling. Sometimes you just got to scroll a little bit, guys. I sometimes even literally just like try to scroll all the way to the bottom, let new ads load in because we keep getting the same ones. So I'm going to mess around with some other filters in a second. And let's see. Boom, 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 boom. What's this here? Let's close out all these tabs. Okay, only 30 ads active. Let's see what this is. Another magnetic thing. Yeah, see, like these little items, man, I just try to stay away from stuff like this. It's like, okay, cool. What do you got here? Same thing. Same thing, same thing, same thing. Another bag. All right, so we're getting the same things here. This is normal. This happens all the time. We're gonna now play around with the filters in a little bit here. Yeah. All right, we're seeing the same things. So one of the biggest reasons why we're seeing the same things is the Shrine Pro theme. Also the other filters too can play a role with that. And of course the niche, of course, as well. So what we'll do is we'll play around in the health niche a little bit. We'll just filter just for health niche. Again, health normally constitutes supplements, back pain, knee pain, all the type of stuff we always see. But there are some new like nuanced products that can be good to dropship that aren't like super competitive. So it's on us to try to find those products. I found some decent products within these niches before that are still scalable, but I try to stay away from the obvious ones because not all health problems are the same ones you may think, right? But right now I'm seeing a lot of the same stuff I always see. So we're going to just keep the ball rolling. I really should hide these ads here, like hide this brand because I just keep seeing them. What we got going on over here? Stretch Fusion Pilates bar. Ooh, okay. So this product and this niche, competitive, but just because it's competitive does not mean it is fully out the window and out the opportunity, because this person seems to have found a different angle. Their page is ageless auntie tips, so something tells me they found a new angle that not everyone's going after. But we have to use the ad library to validate that. So they have more than half their ads turned off. That's a problem. How long ago did they launch though? Not that long ago. Oh no, it keeps loading. Keeps loading. Okay, so back in August, not horrible. What does their brand track say? Do they have a steady brand track? Let's see. Yeah, they're inclining. They're adding new ads in regularly. I just know this niche isn't is just super complicated, or not complicated, like competitive rather, just because of the nature of this stuff. But they're using a different angle. They're adding new ads in. But I do know that this space can get pretty difficult. This is a lighter product. It is drop shippable, very easy to drop ship. They do have a lot of ads turned off though, because of how many ads they have turned off in a short period of time. They had 100 ads turned off in the last 8 months. Okay, but it's only been like 4 months and they have a lot of ads turned off. So I'm gonna pass. I feel like there's stronger ad libraries we can look at, and we don't have to take so much of a risk. Proper risk management, man. That's what it comes down to. Okay, so I know this Mullen chlorophyll thing already, so I'm just gonna pass on that. So this is why I don't really like the health niche, man. Like it's a lot of the same stuff. What I can do here though is I can remove the Shrine Pro filter. You do not need that. It just kind of helps you find dropshippers quickly, but when we're in such a high volume niche like health, we can easily find people. So let's load this up and see what we got going on here. Store is absolutely cooking right now too. So I got one store right now that's cooking. I'm getting ready to launch another one here soon. Are we at 4K for the day yet? Almost there. One more sale. We're at 4K before lunchtime. It's good. All right. So we turned the Shrine Pro filter off. We should be seeing an array of different stores and brands. Okay, so nope, not gonna do sea moss gummies. Niche is too competitive, and this is what I'm talking about, right? Like I've seen like a lot of these same products. A lot of these things are just copycat products from Calidata and TikTok. Um, yeah, dude, like a lot of these products suck, dude. I actually take that back. They don't suck. They just are remarketed a million different times, over and over and over and over again. So this is why I don't like. I also like trying to stay away from this niche too, because then you got a lot of other brands out here that are not drop shipping. They're actually creating real products. So you have to like be careful. You're trying to find people that are able to drop ship a brand new product and get it off the ground. All right, let's see what we got here. Raw honey, seen that, been there, done that a million times. Alrighty, let's keep looking. Elixir. Yep, not even a one product store. We're trying to find one product stores, man. Let's see. Natural remedies. Yeah, the health niche is such a cesspool, dude. It's just so much shit, dude. Really, we can make a lot of money if you get something to crack though in the health niche. Like this is the I know 99% of dropshippers look at something like this and be like, oh my god, this is a great product to dropship. Yeah, you and every other person in the world has thought about that. Everyone is in the world that's ever done dropshipping for more than 6 months has tried to dropship something like this. I promise you, uh, it is just too competitive. But let's look at the data, right? My opinion does not matter. What does the data tell me? The data says they have 41 active ads out of 42 active ads. Cool. So they don't have a ton of ads turned off. But look, they've been running ads. They've been running ads for different products though. So this doesn't even. Yeah, see, they're running ads for different products. This isn't a strong ad library. They just started running ads for this particular product a month ago. And then they're still running ads for the patch thing. They have a ton of new ads for the patch relief thing. Yeah, so it's not even the main product. So we're gonna pass. Yeah, I'm gonna look for a little longer, and then I'm getting out of this niche, dude. This niche sucks. This niche sucks. Hate this niche so much. Boom, 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 boom. And again, guys, I want to reiterate for the 15th millionth time because I know someone's gonna be like, "Well, my friend just scaled in the health niche." Yeah, I get it. Like people scale in these niches all the time, but it's like playing a Russian roulette, man. It's like it's a gamble every single time. I rather not gamble as much. I've blown a ton of money in these niches, and they do work. They do make a ton of money. There's a lot of upside. There's a lot of potential. You can build a legitimate brand. I know, but I'm just saying, as a beginner, you probably don't want to be fighting with a lot of these guys. All right, so we're gonna go back to throwing on some of these the filters here. We're gonna do Shrine Pro. We're just gonna do Shrine Pro and Shrine. Then we're gonna do what's the other one called? What's the other one called that everyone uses? It's not Atlas. It's another one. I can't remember what it's called, but we'll throw in Prestige. Sure, why not? We'll throw in those and see where we go from there. Oh, I think it's Elixir theme. Ooh, Elixir theme only has 145 usages, so I guess not many people are using that in this niche. Are we getting the same stuff? Let's see. Seems like we're getting the same stuff. Yeah, we're getting the same stuff. Okay, so I saw this product doing really good on TikTok. Let's see if it is good on Ad Library. This could be a good product for Ad Library. It fits an older demographic. It's a problem-solving product, and it's not your typical problem-solving product. Ooh, is the Ad Library not connected here? Or is it? Oh, is this like one of those? Okay, so you'll have some advertisers that are like, okay, let's see. Is the Ad Library not connected? I don't think the Ad Library is connected here. This is apparently the ad art essentials. Art essentials. Let's see. Is it them? These guys? Hey, we just hit 4K for the day. Yeah, I guess so. But they're not. Okay, so anyway, we'll just ignore that. They might have just literally shut down all their ads. I don't know. Okay, so they're here and here. So are both links not working? Yeah, okay. I guess not. Cool. We'll just keep going by that. Let's see what's this. Yeah, so pants, metabolic booster leggings. Ooh, wow. Okay, so they're saying leggings are gonna help with your metabolic or your metabolism, dude. Really, is that what we're doing? Well, let's see what the ad library is. Remember, guys, it doesn't matter whether you think the product is good or not, or you would buy it. It's about what does the ad data say. Ad data says 150 total or 150 active ads out of 840. Yeah, that's too many turned off. Yeah, it's too many turned off. So we'll just keep the ball rolling here. So as you can see, product research is not easy, especially if you do it the way I do it. It is not easy, but it definitely gives you a greater chance of getting your product off the ground, getting a product off the ground and testing and not having to deal with such high CPMs. Think about it, right? Do you think most dropshippers are spending this much time really going in the weeds hunting for a product? No, most of them are just going to go on Calidata. Or if they do use a product research tool, they're going to go to the first one that they see. They're not going to scroll this long and this deep. And they're going to miss out on some really good products. So that is fine. You want to be able to scale a product that has little to no competition. Okay, so it's these same goddamn leggings. All right, cool. We're done with the health niche. I hate this niche so much for product research. All right, now let's look at I guess we can look at the personal beauty and personal care. Again, these niches aren't great. Most times they're not going to have products that are unique enough in non-unique niches, but every now and again I like to look and see if there's anything I can find. Sometimes you can find some new cool stuff, but like, see, we got stretch marks, we have anti-aging, we have the same shit that we see in every freaking dropshipping store ever to have ever created. Broken nails, okay, that's a little different. Okay, but they're doing what are they doing? Are they no shipping? What's going on here? $0? Are we serious? Yeah, I'm not gonna get scammed. Actually, let me not even do that. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, Jelly Beauty, yes, very competitive product. Yeah, I'm gonna scroll for a little bit and then I'm gonna get out of here because I already just know that we're not gonna find anything here. Just can already tell. This is Botana oil. Yep. This is high CPM city, guys. High CPM city, man. If you want high CPMs and making it really hard to get out the ground, drop ship one of these products here. Cool. Cool. All right. Yep. This is gonna be the same shit. All right, cool. So let's go back to what was working. So we're gonna select all, uncheck all this nonsense, uncheck beauty and personal care, uncheck health, uncheck furniture, virtual products, and then we have more of the shrine theme. We have a shrine theme selected. We can do prestige as well. Oh, actually no, prestige is clothing theme. I think we could do beauty, fi as well. And then what I'll do is I can uncheck this main US country and then we can see what other niches or what other stores are being scaled in other countries and then go from there. So ideally would like for the US audience to be the number one. Oh, and my camera is not working. That's fun. Give me one sec. Okay, we're back. So ideally, I'd like to stay in the niche of, or I'd like for the U.S. audience to be the main. Fashion accessories, we're gonna uncheck that as well. But it's fine. There's people that are scaling in the UK, Canada, and sometimes what happens is they might be getting most of their traffic from, let's say, the UK, but then it's like 35%, and then the US is like 32%. So it's not that much of a difference. So, all right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's do a re-look. So, what is this? Okay, Skill Zone Football Target extended Black Friday sale. Okay, so this is like a way to teach teenagers and kids how to play soccer. This could be good. Let's see what we got going on here. So we could go to the brand tracker first, actually, before we open up the ad library, just to get a quick glance, see if it's worth our time. Go to monthly, and yeah, they've been scaling. They're a little bit of a dip recently, but for the most part, they're scaling. So we can see here they're getting most of their traffic from Ireland. Okay, that makes sense. European countries are going to be more favorite. They're going to favorite soccer more than anything. The U.S. though is here with 2.6%, so a little bit lower than I would like, but it is something that can potentially scale. And then we can quickly take a look at their ad library. And they have 34 out of 38. Okay. And they recently launched. Okay, cool. So let's go to their store real quick, and then I'm going to copy this. Do they have any other pages? Are they running any other pages? Let's see here. I'm on their US ads only here. So it says only 38 out of whatever. So I'm going to go all ads so we can see their entire ad library and not just their US audience. They might have different pages for different countries too. So I have 60 out of 210. Okay. So yeah, this is more closer to what we're seeing here. Most of the ads that seem like they're turned off are in a different language for one. And then it seems like these are their Black Friday ads. So a little bit of a wonky ad library. Not the biggest fan of this ad library. So I'm personally going to pass. I think there's some potential there for sure, but I'm going to personally pass. I don't like how the US audience isn't the main traffic source. That doesn't mean though, for those of you that are from different countries, if you would want to drop ship this to your local country, you're maybe in Ireland, Denmark, Switzerland, somewhere in Europe, France, Italy, you can of course do that. Feel free. I'm gonna just do the mass appeal of the United States, but if you feel like, oh, that'd be a great product to scale, the data actually favors my country, feel free to go at it, man. Feel free to go at it. All right. Let's see what else got going on here. A butt cushion for a bike. Is that what this is? Okay. See, this isn't a one product store. They're dropshipping a ton of different things, so gonna pass. But we're definitely seeing more unique products, and that's always a good sign, right? We're not seeing the typical stuff here, so that's good. What is this? Inkless portable printer. Okay. That's what the ad library say. It says 96 out of 96. No ads turned off. Seems like they're all video ads. It's okay if they're running like typical video ad or typical pictures that are like typical picture ads like we normally see, as long as they're not native image ads. So they launched recently. So they launched 30 days ago. They have no ads turned off. They're adding new ads in regularly. My ad library's turned, or my headphones is turned off. Ooh, but have they been drop shipping the same product? They have not. See, this is the details, guys. These are the details. They're not drop ship. They're drop shipping, in fact, a ton of different products. So therefore, unfortunately, this does not fit the criteria. They have multiple ads launching multiple products. We don't want to do that. We have no idea if they're making money from that or not. So we're gonna pass. Let's keep looking. Nope. Okay, let's keep looking. Okay, detox patches restore balance and wellness. Yeah, this niche is already saturated. We'll look though and see if there is room in the market, because if they're scaling recently, that means that we can get in here. Let's see how many ads they have on. Is this not shown because it's the US? Yeah, okay. So they have 170 total ads. Out of those 170, none of them are turned off. Okay, what does the brand track say? Let's see. Give that a second to load. So this page was created 10 months ago, seems like. Give that a second to load. While that loads, go to ad library real quick. When did they first launch? If they launched recently, this is a good sign. So they launched in October. Oh, that is a very good sign. They launched in October. They've been scaling like crazy. 170 ads out of, I don't think they have any turned off, right? 170 out of 170. They have no ads turned off, scaling like crazy. I don't think this is gonna load, unfortunately. That's fine. Let me double check again. Let me go back and see. But that's fine if that doesn't load. Okay, I guess it's not gonna load. But that's good. This fits the criteria. This fits the criteria. It is a problem solving product. It's not the typical problem solving product. It is a niche that I'm aware of and familiar with, but it definitely isn't like, I don't think it's too crazy. And even if it is competitive, if a brand is able to enter the market relatively recently and scale with no problems, they have no ads turned off, that's a good sign too. So that is one of the one things about saturation. If you see someone that launched within the last 60 days and they're able to just launch a ton of ads, spam a ton of ads with none of them getting turned off, that tells me that, hey, there's still plenty of room in the market for this product. So yeah, guys, we got the last one here. What are we calling this? Detox foot patches. So that's good. That's really good. I like that product. Let's paste the ad library in here. Let's get their website. Seems like a very easy product to source to, even if you don't source that exact one that they have. But those detox patches, especially coming around the new year too, people want to like do these cleanses and detoxes and whatnot. So now let's go to this and see if we can quickly get a quote here. Patch And let's see what we got going on. Boom, boom, upload. So we can quickly find this. Hopefully we can quickly find it. Yeah, easy, easy. Boom. You can get a quote from your supplier or your private supplier, whoever, and you should be good to go. All right, so that was 3 products. Boom, there we go, guys. Hopefully you guys found value in this video today. This sheet will be linked down below. You already have seen all this and ready to go. Hopefully, though, you guys understand the line of reasoning and thinking on how I found these products. Obviously you're going to test these and you might not make a ton of money overnight. That's fine. The goal here is to just give you the best chances of finding that product, and more importantly, teach you the skill set yourself so you can do this on your own and maybe even find 10 products just like this. If you guys gain any value from this video, definitely like and subscribe. If this video does really well, I plan on doing this more often. If it doesn't do well, then it's okay. Obviously, this is a YouTube video, so people have access to the same products you do. So if you want more exclusive products that not everyone has access to, feel free to join Social Brands Club. Once a week, I'm going to be, maybe even twice a week, be sharing winning products only to my community members. So there will be obviously less eyeballs and less likelihood of people snatching those products from you. And then on top of that, my goal is to help you scale and get your brand to $1,000 a day and beyond. I'll help you pick a product, validate that product, show you my winning ad strategy, and help you scale that as quickly as possible. We got a ton of amazing students in here coming in, getting their new milestones, making a ton of money. We have even students like our buddy down here, Patrick, scaling to his first 2K a day. So if you want to be a part of this dope community, learn how to do dropshipping properly, and get assistance without having to pay $5,000 to $6,000 for mentorship and one-on-one coaching, definitely join the Social Brands Club. And then one last thing, in the last about hour of making this video, my brand is up to 4K in a day here, and it is 12 o'clock, so right around lunchtime. This is gonna be a probably 8-9K day, and then tomorrow should be able to bump budgets and get that to 10K a day, so that's gonna be fun. But obviously you now know how to find winning products, and you have a couple to go and test. If you want to learn the exact strategy I use to get these products off the ground without having to copy and rip my competitors and use something called native image ads, just click the video on the screen right now, go watch that video and learn how you can launch the right way.